Okay, so those are the nails. Do they glow? They're supposed to glow in the dark. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kat. This is Kat's Claws. Welcome to another video on my channel. So these are the nails we're going to do today. We are using neon pigments. They are supposed to glow in the dark. And we're doing a smoke effect tutorial. But we are testing out 5 different white gels to see which one gives, I guess, a better look or a better effect, or the effect you want. So these are the finished. Let's see how we got here. Okay, so this is where we started. So I've got my nail tips ready. They are primed. As you probably know by now, I use a primer as a base coat, and that's it. And we've got our neon pigments ready. I'm going to start with a black base. So we're going to use Perfect Black. Actually, I do use another black. And we're going to start with Perfect White on our first one. So we're going to do the neon pigments on the white. And I'll walk you through the steps, step by step. But this is the one we're going to start off with. So the 5 different whites we're going to use. Okay, we're going to start with Perfect White on our first nail. And we are going to try French Tip by Light Elegance. Another white. This is not in the order of appearance. We're going to try Ideal White, which is another white by Light Elegance, just some different consistencies. We're going to try the Meet Across gel paint in the white, which is a completely different consistency than all of them. And then our VENALISA color gel, also in the white, which is another consistency. So they're all a little different, and let's see which one works the best and what effects they give. We're going to use 2 different brushes. So I'm going to start with the fluffier brush for the pigment, the first layer, and then the second layer I will go in to make it stronger and deeper with that tighter brush. Okay, as far as the whites, we're going to put the whites on the palette. This is going to be my backup, but we're going to use a plastic bag. Okay, so step 1 is we want to paint all the nails in a full black, and then we want to cure that. So I just showed you the ROSALIND Black I'm going to use instead, just because I want to get rid of this one. So 1 coat and cure. Okay, so out of the lamp, they are fully cured. I'm going to use my VENDEENI Russian No Wipe top coat, and I'm using this brush that I can't use for any gel application, so it's going to be my black top coat brush. So we want 1 coat of this, and then we're going to cure again, and then we'll be ready for testing out our white gels. Okay, we'll be back. So a little note, don't use brushes to top coat black gel polish and then dip it back into your top coat. Again, so number one, I got some black in my top coat, and which I'm trying to clean out right here. And number two, it makes a mess of the brush. So this is going to be my black top coat brush. So I'm just putting a little bit of a black gel on the top so that I make a note for myself for next time. Okay. That's our backup. So for the next step, we're going to use, we're going to start with the white gels. But to dab the gel onto the nails, we're going to use a plastic bag. So I just took a little sandwich bag. When I saw it done, it was done with saran wrap, but I didn't have saran wrap, so this was my backup. So I'm just cutting some different pieces off it. So I'm going to use a different piece for every white gel we use. Okay, so we got our bag cut, our pieces to the side. We're going to start with this nail, and the first white we're going to use is Perfect White by Madame Glam. So I'm just putting a little bit on my palette here. So this is just a gel polish. So let's see the difference in the effect with the different consistencies. So we're going to scrunch our little bag like so. And then we're just going to dab the white in whatever pattern you want on the nail. So I'm trying to do like a smoke effect. So, and then that bag we're not going to use anymore because we want a clean saran wrap or clean plastic bag for every different white we're going to use. Now we're not going to cure this. We're going to leave it completely wet. I'm going to take my fluffier brush and we're just going to tap on the pigments right into the uncured white gel. So I'm starting with the purple, and then I think I go in with a green. And again, I'm just picking up a little bit and just dabbing it on, not too hard, just sort of patting it on there so that it covers the white. And then I'm just kind of like cleaning up my brush after. And then I think for this one, I just do these three colors. So orange is my next one. And then clean off our little brush. And then from here, I'm just going to get up my little duster. I'm going to show it in a second. And I'm just going to kind of dust any of the excess off. And then whatever we're left with, we're going to go in with our smaller brush. We're going to go over it again to make those pigments a little bit deeper. And then we're going to cure. Okay, second, we are going to go in, we're going to try that with, well, we're going to use the Meet Across white gel paint. So this is a more pigmented, and you can see the different consistency of this one. So let's see how this one goes on. Same thing, scrunch up our little bag and dab, 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 and dab it on. And then we are going to put the pigments onto directly onto the wet gel paint. So this one actually is really cool. I already like the effect. It gives like a cool smoky effect. So let's finish this one up. We dust in between. So dust, 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 and then I'm going to go in again with the smaller brush and just deepen up those pigments, dust again, and then we cure. Okay, our third white is a VENALISA white gel paint. So again, similar consistency to the Meet Across, but a little goopier, a little more goopy, very pigmented, super opaque. So again, scrunching our little bag, and we're going to dab it onto the nail in whatever pattern you feel like. So I really liked the effect that it was giving. So this one was my favorite as well when I was using it. And then again, in the wet layer, we do our pigments. All right, so moving on to number 4, we're using our Light Elegance. This is Ideal White. So it's an opaque white. It's a thick consistency. And again, dabbing, and then we're dabbing it onto the nail. So this one, you can actually see quite a difference in how the color like shows up. So the way it's going to pick up the pigment is different. So it will give a different effect. So this one wasn't my favorite, but let's finish this one off and then move on to number 5. So for number 5, we're going to use another Light Elegance white. It's French Tip, I believe it's called. This one was, I didn't like how it went on. But it does give kind of a cool effect. It's just not the smoky effect that I was hoping for. So let's take a look at them all out of the lamp before they're top coated. Okay, so here they are, fully cured. You want to get some cleansing solution onto a wipe, and you just want to dab any of the excess pigment off any of those black spots. This was not the greatest wipe. It had some fluffs in it, which kind of got stuck in, because it is rough, right? With the pigment on top of that's cured basically into the wet layer of the white gels. So, yeah, you just want to clean up the black sections. Really, that's all I should have done because we're going to be top coating this afterwards. And I should have used a different wipe because these little cleansing wipes are, they do get caught on things. So if there's anything sticking up, it's going to get caught. And you'll see me like picking it out later. So this is the results so far. I've already got my favorites based on just kind of the effect I was going for. But the other ones do kind of give, I don't know, like an interesting look as well, right? With the pigments. Just depends on the different white that you use, the consistency of that white, how opaque it is. But the method that we applied them was exactly the same. So, you know, it comes, I guess, down to the white gel paint. So, okay, let's move on to top coating them. So there we go. So at this point, you could matte them. Like some of these would look really cool matted. So here, the first one, we did perfect white. The second one, we used our meet across, right? I'm a fan of the second one. I like it. I do realize that I started adding more pigments to it, but the effect, I like. I also like this one, the VENALISA. So number 3. Number 4 was Ideal White by Light Elegance. Not my favorite. And then French Tip was number 5, which is, again, not exactly my favorite. I think my overall favorite is this one. I just like the way it splattered. It did like these little splatter sections. But second favorite is definitely the meet across, which is number 2. And there we go. So all that's left at this point is to top coat. So I did decide to go with a shiny top coat on here. And learning from my previous mistake, I'm taking out some of the same VENDEENI Russian top coat. I'm putting it on my palette, and I'm going to use my black top coat brush to finish these nails off. So let's do that, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the final results. Okay, so here are the final 5 nails. So, Neon Pigment Smoke Effect, testing out 5 different white gels to make that effect. So, like, I kind of wish I had, so what I would have done, had I done this on myself or on someone else, those last 2 that didn't really turn out that well, I probably would have matted. But the first 3 look pretty cool with the shiny top coat. I think the shiny top coat brings out, obviously, the pigments and that really cool, like, smoke effect. But because the last 2 were a bit mushy, I don't know. I would have just matted those and gotten it over with. So let's take a look at number 1 again. So we did the black base, we cured, we put a top coat, and we cured, and then we dabbed our perfect white on. In the tacky layer, we did our pigments. 1 coat and dust it off, 2 coats, dust it off, cure, and then top coat. Same thing for every one of them. So for number 2, we used meet across, I believe. So the meet across gel paint. I like this effect, actually. I think the consistency of that white gel paint is perfect for this look. It gives that really cool smoky effect. Number 3 is my favorite. This one totally gives a smoke effect. It's the VENALISA color gel paint. It's a thicker consistency white. It's a bit sticky almost. So when I was dabbing it, it gave that like these little pockets, which I think are really cool. This is my favorite, hands down, number 3. So number 4 was Light Elegance, and I believe we used, yep, Ideal White for that one. Not the greatest consistency, not as opaque either as I thought it would be, but this is a better effect. It's more of like a splatter almost effect than this one. This was number 5, which we did with French Tip by Light Elegance. Oh my god. Got somebody screaming in the background. I hope you can't hear that. Again, it gives like a splattery effect. It kind of you just didn't get a lot of pigment of the white. So when I put the pigments on, it's kind of like, it almost looks like it was washed, right? So this one, maybe a matte top coat would have been. So yeah, 3 and 2 are my favorites. This one being number 1. So it isn't a wipe top coat, but I'm just sort of brightening it up by just cleansing them up. But this is the fave. So this one is the winner. And let me know, I don't know, which one you think you like the best. This comes in a close second, which means that our gels that worked the best were the Metacross gel paint and the VENALISA gel paint as well. So those are the winners from our test today. So there we have it. That is our video for today. These actually glow in the dark as well, by the way. So these I got I showed them in a nail haul a while ago, but they do glow in the dark. So that's another cool effect that these will give. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more recreations and nail art tutorials. Just pointing out my favorites again there. Number 2 and number 3. And I'll see you guys next time.